As we move right along, we want to have some of the guests who are going to say some things about each of the principals come up. And let's start out with we want to first bring up Cassius D, who's arrived, and he's from the world famous Zulu nation. So if you please come forward.
I don't want to take up all your time. I'm a little hoarse, so let me grab this mic. I'm just going to share a little something with you. 1, 2. My wrestling brother, I'm getting the ring with you next year. I don't want to keep up all your time, but I want to talk just briefly about the time we're living in and the readiness of the mind and the spirit. We call on different gods and different names and religions, and we get confused on the essence of immortality and spirituality itself and what connects us to the planet. You're in a time at the end of an age where this age is coming to a close and a new era is opening. What is the new age? The new age is the age of Aquarius. And in this new age, the people that are born again are those that are enlightened by the powers of creation. There's a group of children that are entering this planet, and scientists are calling these children indigo children. They're saying that these children are 10, 20 times faster and smarter and able to adapt to different things than we are because they're born in the age of technology. Our job and our commitment is to protect these children. These are the children that will bring redemption to our race. Yes, I speak our race. For 375 years, voyages from the North Atlantic took a race of people across all 4 corners of the globe, separated them through religious beliefs and enslavement, broke the spirit of the family and the ancestral chain so that they would never identify with the essence of who they really were. Brought down in misery for 100 years, from 1865 to 1955, 100 years of burnings, crucifixions, lynchings, and shootings, breaking the spirit of the family, breaking the will to fight, breaking the will to carry on. Now we sit in America, in the gut holes of America, wasting away in communities where our children die like flies, and we have no answers. The church can't help us, the mosque can't help us, the synagogue can't help us. But we know it's a God. This new era, there are wicked things out here that have been here to take us to hell. Now when I say hell, I don't mean no little place underneath the ground with no man with no red suit on and no pitchfork and a glass of ice water in his hand waiting on you. We get our concepts twisted sometimes. Even when we say heaven, we look up in the sky and we keep calling about Milky Way and roads and gold and honey, but nobody wants to die to go see none of it. So you really don't know. But I'm talking about a living hell on earth, and you can prevent it. The essence is in the children. Why are the children in the shape that they're in now? I hear people say that they don't respect the adults or the elders. Some of the elders don't respect themselves. Amen. So how could you get the children to respect you? Some of our elders have backwardsly led us through politics and politricks, hooping with the city, claiming to be on the pulpit, but they really pimps.
Go ahead on, man.
Well,
They can't control the community. The young boys ain't listening to that.
You're right.
The gang cats ain't listening to that. You don't have respect with them. You have to earn respect with your children now.
That's right.
They're plagued by a world of technology. 2,000 channels of television. Me and you come from an era when TV went off at 12 o'clock. Now it's 24/7. The internet, music, satellite, radios, and different things of programming that's running through their ears through a frequency that many of y'all can't hear. Because your mamas and daddies didn't hear the jazz frequency. They told you to cut that bebop off. Then when you came in the 1970s, they told you, get that Big Apple hat off, take that fish tank out your shoes and go sit down somewhere. That's right. Now your children have a science and a frequency that they're on. And you can't read the frequency. But yet, you love your children. Are you really in their lives? Because this new group of children that's coming, we are going to have to stand guard. We are going to have to become the complete vanguard, mind, body, and spirit over these new children. Today, while we celebrate Kwanzaa, Umoja, unity, a unified effort to protect our race. I am a racist. Now, many people hear this of other races and say, what did he just say? He just who is. No, I am just what I just said, a racist. It means I believe in my own race. All right. I love everybody. I've been all over the world a couple of times. And I'm from one of the greatest nations of hip-hop. We created hip-hop, not rap. Rap means recording artists pretending. That's what your children started from. Okay? We're talking about hip-hop. My great teacher, Africa Bambaataa, gave his whole life to raising young men and bringing us to take us across the world and teach us about Zulu, which meant people of the heavens, to enlighten our minds with knowledge of self. We knew that knowledge of self was the only rescue for the black man and for the love of himself. If I can love me, I can learn to love everybody. But how could you want me to love everybody and I don't love myself? How can I love my woman and I hate me? How can I love my son and daughter and I hate me? Many of y'all hate yourselves. You hate that stinking job you go to. You hate them phony friends you around. You just don't have the guts to say it. Clap your hands. But let me finish this off, and I'm going to leave this with you. I didn't want to come up here and take your time, but since I drove 100,000 miles to get here, and I'm looking forward to a sandwich and a few other things, we're in a serious time. Preparation in this time is a spiritual preparation. God is in you. Quit looking in the sky for something. It's you. The resurrection of mankind comes in the resurrection of oneself. How could you claim you are free or you are sanctified or you've been baptized in the blood of Christ and all of these things and your son is running out the back door with the meat out the refrigerator? They're stealing out your house. How are you saved? You can't save your family. You can't save yourself. The family is an extension to you. This is what's wrong with the generations. My generation slipped the ball somewhere. We had heroes and great things. We saw the murder and assassination. Ain't nobody died for me. Martin Luther King was assassinated. He was the closest thing to Christ I will ever see in my lifetime that I saw. And we don't want to give him credit. We want to look some spook thing outside of us, looking in the sky, hollering at something you can't see, hear, or touch. But you know it's there. But you saw the living Christ on the planet. And there were many of them that came and they brought you the message. But you overlooked them because you were still looking for blonde-haired, blue-eyed Chris Christopherson who they put on that wall and you prayed to. He died. He was killed. So my leaders started going down the drain. What replaced my leaders? Leaders that were underneath my leaders, that were phony, that were government agents. They came and infiltrated us. They took the fight out of us. Right now, if I got mad and I got 4 or 5 brothers here, Kwame Nine brother right here, and we gathered us an army, and we said Monday morning, we're going to meet down at City Hall, and we're going to snatch that old thing out of office, and we're going to bring them outside and hold them on every charge that we can hold them on. We be mad, we get down there tomorrow, we be stubborn, and we get to the front door, and Reverend Pope Chopper jump out and say, let us bow our heads and pray. And the minute he says that, the whole fight went out the window. Why is that? Why is that? Why? Ask yourself, why is that? What kind of God would never give you the will to fight? What kind of God told you to sit around and take this? Hope. You praying to the same God that the master gave you? He passed a law in the 1700s that no slaves could hold no kind of services or religious things unless a white man was present. That's right. You pray to this God that tell you he'll slap you upside your head, but when you get ready to slap back, he tell you, just don't say nothing. That's what our leadership is doing. What is the church really doing? It's making money.
Yeah.
You ain't getting nothing. You ain't accomplished nothing in the community. All the churches that line the community think we're in a holy land. You want to take your shoes off and just float through it. And it ain't no God there nowhere. I'd rather go to the chicken joint in the beauty shop. At least I can get my hair done and eat me some chicken. And that's for real. These new children that's coming to the planet, hear my warning that I'm telling you. We're going to have to connect with the ancestors. In the Bible, there's a passage that says, thou art with you. It didn't say thy as one person. It spoke plural, thou. Meaning your ancestral chain. You are on a continuous dance of birth and death, continuously on an ancestral chain. All human life is this. We're going to have to get behind these new children. Some of them are in here. We're going to have to listen to them. We're going to have to reprogram them with history. Not his story, our story. We're going to have to tell them about the blood and the guts. We got to stop. We got to get past Martin Luther King and get down to the thing. Because that's what we're getting stuck at. Love yourselves, be proud of you be. Practice these principles. Just don't sit up here and we see you one time a year with these principles. These should be governing in the household. Listen to the word, governing me. Men, stop being chumps and govern. I leave you with the great words of the mortals and all things that are natural. Peace.
Amen. All right. I want to thank Brother Cassius D for those words, prophetic words. You know what they say about the arrow. You see an arrow, you got to know where it came from, you know where it's going. You got to know your history and act accordingly. Right now we want to acknowledge, of course, the library board. I see some members are here. I see the president, Tony Walker. I see Ms. Watts. I see Nancy Valentine. I see Ray Fisher. Anybody else? Please be acknowledged at this point. Who did I miss? Okay, well, who did I miss?
Director.
Oh, director. I want to thank the new director. Okay, I want to thank you all for actually allowing us to have this program here. So with that, we're going to have Jonathan Booth come up and proceed with the next part of the agenda.
I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I want to thank the library staff for helping us with this program. Felicia, was she here? But I don't, and this is too, I forget everybody else's name, but they've done a great job. Step right here, raise your hand. They've done a great job in terms of helping us bring about this program. And when I initially got on the library board a few months ago, I usually did a positive program. I said, well, I'm on the library board, so let's see what we can do. Also, I want to thank my good friend Jerome Smith. If I did, you say something about it. Thank Jerome.
Right on, Jerome.
And also, all the vendors, which a lot of I can't name all the vendors, we'll do it later. Please, support the vendors that are out here. They're the reason, they support the food. They're the reason why we have the food here. And some of them are on the, I'll have Felicia come up and talk about the vendors so we can acknowledge them as well. Also, the Brenda Smith 5th District School Board for helping out with the refreshments as well. And that being said, let's proceed on to the ceremonial part of the program. Brother Quabetta. And what he's going to get various members of the community to come up and we're going to a ceremony. Usually you would just go through one principle a day, but he'll explain that.
All right, Asante San, I want to ask y'all to give it up again for Brother Cassius D. That was powerful, that was brief, you made us think. Appreciate you, brother, coming over from Chicago, helping your neighbors out here, putting some knowledge in our heads.